Brandon, what's it mean to the lineup and the outfield to have Austin Hayes back in it?
Yeah, it's good to have Austin back here after a two-game rehab assignment. He feels good and ready to go. But Austin brings us, a lot offensively and defensively with a run tool, power, and playing great defense. So we're excited to have him back.
Rich Dubroff, go ahead.
Brandon, at the beginning of the season, there was some talk that there was a surplus of outfielders, and where were you going to find all the playing time for them? Are you looking forward to finally getting a look at and finally having to juggle the playing time of all these outfielders?
Well, and that's why even now bringing it up for me, it's a season of 162, and things happen along the way that you really never have your full roster. And those days that you do, you relish, but understand that there's things that happen, injuries happen. That's why depth is so important in our game. And you see that across the league, how many injuries there are. To have as many major league players as you can, it's really, really important right now just because of all the injuries. And we have guys that are banged up too. So to have an Austin here is going to allow me to give some guys a day off that really need it.
Joe Trezza, go ahead.
Brandon, with Keegan, what is the difference between him when he's really sharp and he's getting through innings really quickly and when he's a little more inefficient and pitch count starts to become a problem?
I just think it's like the majority of pitchers, and that's command might be a little bit off. I was impressed with Keegan's last start. For me, he didn't have his best command, didn't have his best off speed, but was able to navigate through 5 innings against the Cleveland Indians. And that, to me, that shows maturity as a major league pitcher, because there's a lot of nights where that's what you're going to be like. You're not going to feel 100%. You're not going to have the superior command that you'd like. Maybe the breaking ball or the changeup's not there. That's realistic, and that happens the majority of the time. So for him to be able to do that showed a lot of maturity for me. Hopefully tonight he's got all his weapons and his commands where he wants it, but there's times when it's not like that. And for me, when Keegan is struggling through innings, just because he's not a real high swing and miss guy, kind of a lot of foul balls, it's just because his command's just a little bit off.
Nathan Ruiz, go ahead.
Brandon, going back to Rich's earlier question, between injuries and inconsistencies you guys have had in the outfield, how much more impressive does that make what Cedric's been able to do?
Cedric's, it's been impressive regardless of anything. What Cedric's been able to do, he's had an all-star first half and a Gold Glove first half. So really happy for him how he's playing with so much confidence. I was watching the replay of that catch he made in the first inning the other night. Catch, glove flip to DJ in left field. That he would have never done something like that 2 years ago. That just shows for me he's playing with aura of confidence about him that he feels he should catch every ball. He feels like he should hit every ball in the screws. And it's really fun to watch him right now.
Dan Connolly, go ahead.
Brandon, a lot of time in this game, guys get labeled a certain thing, and one of the worst to be labeled is injury prone. You've seen what Austin has been through. We used to talk about the freak injuries and stuff, but now some of them have been more muscular. Are you concerned that he's leaning towards that injury prone status?
I think he's still really young in his career. I'm not ready to do that yet. I think he's still got a long way ahead. He's got a long future ahead of him in this game. Got major league ability, and he's got some tough breaks. And I think it's going to turn forward.
We have time for a few more questions. Stan Charles, go ahead.
Brandon, I apologize if somebody asked this the other night. With Matt Harvey right now, I know you've got a few days to think about it. Last 23 and 2/3 innings, ERA over 11, 8 home runs. Is there any thought right now to a different role for him to get him sort of re-geared or refocused or, reacclimated?
Well, right now, no, he's making the next start at Cleveland. So we're sticking with him right now. He's been working hard. I know he's very discouraged, disappointed, frustrated. We talked this afternoon, and he's gonna stay in the rotation and he's gonna try to fight through this tough time he's going through.